Who is more to blame for the Raiders' struggles this season? Would you say it's Carr or Josh McDaniels, Kmart?
Oh, my gosh. 100% that man that just told you we need to see Jarrett Stidham. It's McDaniels, 100%. Because, again, interception, we just talking about Dak. Since week 12, Derek Carr has 9 interceptions, 9 touchdowns. Obviously, Mad Dog, you know, that's not good enough. That's not going to get it done. But when I look at the totality of this season, when I think about the promise we had in the summer, when we were looking at the AFC West, and we were looking at the Raiders, and we were thinking, Josh McDaniels, look what he just lucked into. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best tight ends in the game. There's no way that the Raiders can't be good. Guess what? The Raiders are not good. And a large part of that is because of their head coach. This team has blown leads of 20-0 to the Cardinals. 16-3, they let Baker come back against them. They've blown leads against the Jaguars, the Chiefs. And honestly, Josh McDaniels is the only head coach who's lost to Jeff Saturday, our beloved Jeff Saturday. Nobody else has beaten Jeff Saturday, who had no experience. And literally, Jeff jumped off this set, went to the game, and beat Josh McDaniels. I'm sorry. Like, to me, there's no bigger indictment on Josh McDaniels, a guy who did not have success the first time around, and you thought, all right, he took time away, he's figured it out. He was given this roster and cannot figure out how to win. I'm not saying you had to win that division, but be competitive. And then to now say, you know what, it's in everybody's best interest. We both understand that Derek should just step away. You're looking at Derek Carr. Derek Carr is the reason you got one of the best receivers in the NFL in your locker room.
Literally saying
and you couldn't win with him.
That's the problem I have with this. He changed the fundamentals of this offense. Was Derek Carr not a quarterback of a 10-7 team last year that went to the postseason?
Right.
Yes, he was. What was the point of trading for Devontae Adams? To be able to have a vertical threat, somebody who could stretch the field, so that opens up running lanes or underneath lanes, yards after the catch for Hunter Renfrow, for Darren Waller. We saw none of that this year. Poor play calling, offensive line issues. And by the way, that has to be like their number one priority in the offseason, whether it's free agency, the draft. Drop passes, off-target throws. Derek Carr regressed in this offense, and that can be put on the quarterback, but he is the scapegoat for Josh McDaniels within what has gone wrong for Las Vegas this year. And to Kimberly's point, did we not see some of this happen in Denver when he was getting his first head coaching stint? Just because you might be good at X's and O's, just because you might be a good offensive coordinator, that does not always translate to being a good head coach. It's about galvanizing the locker room. How many players, frustrated players in Denver, came out after he got fired there and talked about the fact that he didn't know how to lead the locker room? When they hit adversity, who's up there crying after they got beat by Jeff Saturday's Indianapolis Colts? It's Derek Carr. So I don't really have any issue right now with him taking a leave of absence away from the team, because at this point, this is everything we knew going into the season. They didn't want him as their quarterback. You don't structure a contract like that with an easy out after 2023. If you knew that this guy was going to be your starting quarterback going forward, he was a stopgap who was given a contract that looked inflated because numbers do lie in the sense of that. But in the numbers that we've seen this season, they don't lie. And Derek Carr has not been a great quarterback by any stretch, but his career is far from over. And I think once you get past the initial disappointment of this whole thing, given how long, I covered him in 2016. That was the year that they were supposed to go to the AFC Championship. They were talented enough to do it. The injuries were a problem. Once he gets past the initial disappointment of moving on from a team that he was supposed to end his career with, he has a no-trade clause. He gets to choose his destination of where he wants to go. If they cut him, he gets a massive deal with actual guaranteed money in it that he's going to get up front.
Well, I tell you, I don't like McDaniels either. He's just not Bill Walsh.
Then stick with us, Doggy. Don't do it.
Guys, come on. Is Derek Carr, if you even went, he's not even a top 12 quarterback in the NFL. Not even. You go through the quarterbacks, he's 12th to 13th.
Right.
And you can win with quarterbacks
35 yards
in the right scheme.
35 yards of offense, second half against Jacksonville.
How do you think that was schemed, though? This is supposed to be a run-heavy offense and a team that...
He's getting paid how much? Figure out a way to win. He's got Adams there. Win the game. Quarterback, in that position, there are certain games in the course of the year that you have to win. Rams, they did nothing offensively second half. He's the quarterback. Get some first downs, kick a field goal. Don't let Baker Mayfield have a chance to beat you. Yes, there were other reasons why they lost, but he had a chance to bail him out. He did not do it. Jacksonville had a chance to bail him out. Did not do it. Shutout in New Orleans, where they were awful. Did a terrible job. First game of the year against the Chargers, they had some chances. And let's not forget that playoff game last year against the Bengals. You know, they had 8 plays in the fourth quarter inside the 10-yard line. He's the quarterback, different coach, and not one pass was in the end zone. You got 8 plays at the 10-yard line. Even if you catch the ball, it is not a touchdown. That is a situation where your quarterback has to win the game for you. Our old buddy Herm Edwards used to tell us all the time, a quarterback is there, and he was with a lot of great quarterbacks. You got to win 4 games a year with your quarterback. Your quarterback has to figure out for you, as a franchise, he's got to win those 4 games. Herbert, Tennessee, won a game, made it great 12. Mahomes wins 4 games a year. Allen wins 4 games a year. You got 4 games this year that you can sit there and say, hey, boom, Derek Carr won a game. You can't even give me the Patriot game. He didn't score the touchdown, and the freaking play at the end was a stupid play by the running back. So there is not a that is what. Listen, McDaniels not that great. You guys are 100% right. I don't love him either. He's not a big time coach. He hasn't proved it. He's done nothing. But to sit there and say that Derek Carr is not a big reason why they underachieve all the time is not fair.
No.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.